Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract unimaginable risk, not just wealth, but opportunities, abundance, and blessings from directions they never expected? It's not always talent, hard work, or luck. In Islam, rizq is a divine decision. Allah selects special souls to carry the trust of wealth, not just for luxury, but for a greater purpose. But what if there were spiritual keys to unlock that same barakah in your life? In this video, we'll reveal 5 powerful surahs from the Quran that are known to attract divine provision when recited with sincerity. These are not just verses. They're secrets used by those whose rizq multiplies in miraculous ways. If you're ready to take a step closer to the rizq Allah has written for you, stay with me till the end. This knowledge could change not only your income, but your entire outlook on wealth. 1. Allah chooses specific souls for abundant rizq as a test and responsibility. In Islam, rizq, provision, is not distributed randomly. It is carefully measured and decreed by Allah according to His wisdom. Among the believers, there are some whom Allah selects for extraordinary wealth and provision, not because they are more deserving in worldly terms, but because He knows they can carry the responsibility that comes with it. Wealth is a divine trust, amanah, and when it is placed in the hands of someone with sincerity, gratitude, and fear of Allah, it becomes a source of benefit for both the individual and the community. Allah may bless certain individuals with abundance because they have hearts that give, hands that support the needy, and intentions that are pure. He knows they will use their wealth to uplift others, build the ummah, and strengthen the path of Deen. Just as prophets were chosen for their patience and wisdom, some people are chosen for rizq to serve as caretakers of blessings on earth. However, this choice is also a test. Will they be arrogant or humble? Will they hoard or give? When Allah chooses someone for billionaire rizq, it's not a reward. It's a sacred opportunity to serve with excellence and trust. 2. Wealth in Islam is a divine trust, not merely material gain. In Islam, wealth is never viewed as an end goal. It is a means, a tool given by Allah to fulfill responsibilities, help others, and build a life rooted in purpose. Unlike materialistic views where wealth symbolizes power or status, Islam teaches that every coin and blessing we hold is a trust, amanah from Allah. It's not fully ours, it belongs to the one who gave it to us, and we will be questioned about how we earned it and where we spent it. This concept transforms the mindset of a believer. Instead of being consumed by greed, a Muslim who sees wealth as a trust becomes more conscious, more generous, and more grateful. Islam emphasizes balance, enjoying halal provision without falling into extravagance or arrogance. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ lived a simple life, yet when wealth came into his hands, he distributed it with open generosity and deep responsibility. Moreover, wealth carries a spiritual weight. It can either elevate a soul through charity, zakat, and service, or burden it through pride, selfishness, and neglect. True success is not in what we own, but in how we use what we've been entrusted with. In this way, wealth becomes a path to Jannah, not just worldly comfort. 3. The importance of pure intention, niyyah, when seeking rizq through the Quran. In Islam, every action begins with intention, and this principle is especially vital when seeking rizq through the Quran. Simply reciting verses or surahs without understanding why you are doing so can reduce a deeply spiritual act to a routine ritual. Allah does not look at our lips alone. He looks at our hearts. When a believer recites the Quran with the sincere intention of pleasing Allah and relying on Him as the ultimate provider, their recitation becomes a powerful act of worship. not just a request for material gain. Pure intention means aligning your goal with divine purpose. It's not just about asking for wealth, but asking for wealth that brings barakah, helps others, and draws you closer to Allah. Intention also protects us from turning spiritual acts into worldly transactions. One may recite the surahs seeking rizq, but if their intention is driven by greed or comparison, it loses its purity and power. Moreover, niyyah influences the effect of your du'as and recitations. A heart that is humble, trusting, and content will find that the Quran opens unseen doors. Before starting any surah, pause and make a heartfelt intention that your rizq be halal, blessed and beneficial for your dunya and akhirah. 4 surahs that attract rizq. With their spiritual benefits, the Quran is filled with spiritual treasures, and among them are specific surahs that have been known to bring blessings in sustenance when recited with sincerity and trust in Allah. Each of these surahs holds unique wisdom and divine power that can open the doors of rizq in ways the mind cannot always understand. Surah Al-Waqi'ah is famously referred to as the Surah of Wealth. The Prophet ﷺ said that the one who recites it every night will never face poverty. Its verses emphasize the reality of the hereafter, which softens the heart and draws blessings from the unseen. Surah Al-Mulk serves as a shield. Its protective nature brings security and stability, both spiritually and materially. Surah Ar-Rahman repeatedly reminds us of Allah's infinite favors, instilling gratitude and attracting more blessings. Gratitude is a magnet for rizq. Surah Al-Fath speaks of divine victory and openings. It symbolizes breakthroughs, making it powerful for those seeking financial opportunities or business success. Finally, the last 2 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah offer divine protection from hardship and spiritual harm, paving the way for rizq to flow without obstacles. These surahs aren't magic, they're keys, and they unlock when the heart is present. 5. Consistency and sincerity in recitation as a secret behind divine financial blessings. When it comes to unlocking the blessings of rizq through the Quran, consistency and sincerity are 2 essential ingredients. One-time recitation or occasional effort is not enough to bring lasting change. Just as water shapes stone through steady drops, spiritual transformation and divine rizq come through regular, heartfelt connection with the Quran. A person who builds a habit of daily recitation, especially of the surahs linked to rizq, develops a spiritual rhythm that invites barakah into their life. Sincerity is what gives life to the words being recited. Allah does not respond to empty voices. He responds to hearts filled with trust, humility, and submission. When someone recites not just to gain wealth, but to gain closeness to the provider of wealth, their recitation becomes a form of worship. That sincerity acts like a seed planted in fertile ground. It may grow slowly, but it grows deeply and surely. Also, rizq from Allah is not only about money. Through sincere and consistent recitation, you may receive unexpected opportunities, peace of mind, protection from loss, and meaningful connections, all of which are part of divine sustenance. True spiritual discipline, done quietly and consistently, is often the unseen force behind the success many people can't explain. 6. The link between gratitude, shukr, taqwa, and rizq expansion. One of the most powerful spiritual laws in Islam is that gratitude increases blessings. Allah clearly says in the Quran, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. This promise applies directly to rizq. When a believer regularly expresses shukr, not only in words, but also through actions, their provision begins to expand in both visible and hidden ways. Gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what has already been given, and that contentment attracts more abundance. But gratitude alone is not enough. It must be paired with taqwa, God consciousness. Taqwa acts as a spiritual filter that keeps a person on the path of obedience and purity. When someone lives with taqwa, they avoid haram income, remain honest in business, and fear wronging others. Allah says in the Quran, "Whoever has taqwa of Allah, He will make a way out for him and provide for him from where he does not expect." Surah At-Talaq 65, 2-3. This verse connects taqwa directly to unexpected rizq. Together, gratitude and taqwa create a spiritual environment where rizq flows freely. One softens the heart, the other protects it. When both are practiced sincerely, Allah opens doors the person never even knew existed. 7. Practical tips on when and how to recite these surahs for maximum spiritual effect. To truly benefit from the spiritual power of these surahs, it's important to approach their recitation with both strategy and devotion. Timing plays a significant role. Reciting Surah Al-Waqi'ah after Isha is a well-known sunnah practice linked to protection from poverty. Surah Al-Mulk is best recited before sleeping, allowing its protective blessings to work throughout the night. Surah Ar-Rahman, with its repeated mention of Allah's favors, is powerful when recited during Fajr time, setting the tone for a day of gratitude and abundance. Surah Al-Fath can be recited during times of difficulty or when seeking breakthroughs in business, job opportunities, or personal challenges. And the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah are strongly recommended before sleeping, serving as a shield from both spiritual and material harm. For maximum effect, recite slowly, with reflection, and in a state of wudu. Begin with a sincere dua, asking Allah to open your rizq in ways that are halal, blessed, and beneficial for both dunya and akhirah. Use your tongue, heart, and mind together. This ensures the recitation is not mechanical, but deeply connected. Also, create a dedicated time daily for these surahs. When practiced with patience, this habit can truly transform your rizq journey. Wealth is not just found in bank accounts. It's found in a heart connected to Allah and guided by His words. These 5 surahs are powerful tools for anyone seeking halal rizq with purpose and faith. But remember, true success lies in how you use that rizq for good. If this video inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Inner Deen for more Islamic wisdom. May Allah bless you with pure, abundant, and beneficial rizq. Comment below, Ya Allah, grant me rizq with barakah and taqwa, and we'll make dua for you.